relationship. I don't think my life, or I can live this life without you and your inputs. I don't think that I can function, without all that you are. And as much as we say we all have our individual wahala, the truth of the matter is that wahala, those wahalas, all make this life pretty interesting. Imagine I came into the studio today and, the IT guys did not do their job, and the cleaners, the janitors did not do their job, and this whole place is a mess. Trust me, I will not be able to function. And guess what? If I do not function, very soon, we will go broke. And if we go broke, we cannot continue broadcasting. We cannot continue doing the job of information dissemination, talking for development, educating, and entertaining you at the same time. So we all live off each other, one way or the other. Agree with me or not? The market woman that sells pepper, crayfish, onion is as important as the big man who drives maybe a RAV4, a Highlander, a Ford Explorer. What's this other vehicle now? The Lexus 350, the Acura MDX, LXC, all of them above. We all are important to each other. My name is Dennis Walu, one and only of Nigeria Info FM. Yo, what's up? How you doing? How's your body? How's your mind? And how is your soul? Today is Wednesday. And yes, Wednesday is that shortest day. We get to spend time together, but the truth of the matter is we're trying to make the most of whatever time we have allotted to us. Our conversation for today, oh my God, I just saw an error. Okay, it's centered on cheaper marriage rights. And the question is, would cheaper marriage rights indeed encourage more legalized marriages? I don't know why they didn't call my attention to the fact that I missed out on the title. I typed it, but some autocorrect stuff and all. That's your boyfriend that is not thinking marriage yet because he wants to hammer. And why the need to hammer? You may wonder, you may ask. Well, it turns out that your marriage rights are quite expensive, and one begins to wonder if the parents want their daughter to get married at all. So head on to X at Nigeria Info page and Facebook page Nigeria Info 92.3 PH and be a part of the conversation. We're going to commercial break. When we come back, conversation starts in full. The 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock hour is filled with live appearances and recorded program. And finally, the 2 o'clock through to 3 o'clock hour will have talking figures with Chioma Ezenwafa. On the sunny side will officially come to an end today. Stay tuned to us. Nobody should get pressured into getting married. Marriage is not an achievement. And there's several things that you all say. However, there are people who genuinely desire to get married. And for this category of persons, the problem or the challenge usually is centered around finance. And finance in terms of the token that should be paid. So after the what we call knocking of door in some places, introduction in other places, you come with your elders and you say, oh, my name is so and so. Our son came to us and told us that he saw a beautiful flower. Hello, excuse me, what are you referring to as flower? Mwah. Oh, they saw a very beautiful udara. Who is udara? Mwah. Excuse me, I'm not flower, I'm not udara. You refer to me as diamond, gold. What are all those other precious stones? Pearl, ruby. Come in flower. That's by the way. So as I was saying, they come and we saw a very beautiful flower, saw a very beautiful udara, and we have got to pluck it. And they now say, okay, call your daughter. They call her, say, is this the one? They say, yes, it's the one. Okay, you can go back inside. And then she goes back inside and say, So, my in-laws, that's the moment you start knowing there's problem coming. Anytime they just say, oh, my in-laws, just know that there is a problem. I'm talking from experience. And then they give you the list. And then you look at the list together with your kinsmen that journeyed with you. And then you are seeing 100 tubers of yam, 20 she-goats, 25 liters jerrycan of palm oil, detergent, motorcycle, and the several other things. You discover that the men are not usually happy. Except, of course, the man is an odogu money spender or an agbabola who has money stashed up somewhere and doesn't think twice before saying, they just say, how much is money? It's nothing. That they are there, they pay. And they say, we are coming back on the 30th of March to come and do the celebration. And, everybody will be hailing them. No. For some people, it's not like that. So, the reality is, for some women, that your boyfriend is not thinking of marriage yet. Because he wants to hammer. And you begin to wonder, but I'm here with you. I don't mind. I love you regardless. He wants to hammer because your marriage rights are quite expensive. And then when you see some of those lists and you look at the daughter they are giving out, you just imagine if the parents of this girl want their daughter married at all. Now, interestingly, in the Plateau community, worried by the endemic cases of sexual and gender-based violence traced to unlawful marriages known in the local parlance as Orelela, the GL district of Jos South local government area of Plateau State has taken the lead in reducing the number of items required for the traditional marriage rite to enable young men to afford the cost and get married. Now, similarly, sometime in 2021, a lawmaker representing Obawa State's constituency in the Imo State House of Assembly, Kenneth Ibe, had sponsored a bill to reduce the expenses of marriage in the state to at most 180K. Ibe lamented that the bill was necessary as many young women in the state had yet to be married due to the expensive cost of marriage and the bride price. Now, I've had this conversation about the bride price itself with some of my colleagues, and they tell you, it's not expensive, it's just 20 naira, or it's just 1 naira. Or some parents would say, we are not selling our daughter, we will not collect, just treat our daughter nice and all of that. Guess what? By the time they buy things for the youth of that community, the women in that community, the uncles in that community, the people that did not even know when this child was born, how this child went to school, have no direct relationship with this person. By the time they come and collect all of their dues, guess what? The man is a wreck. Like, after they do all those things like this, and the women will say, please give me one song they like to sing at traditional marriages. I don't know. But they'll start singing songs, celebrating and hailing the man. They will kill the goat. The pocket is tearing. He's not smiling that much. And I don't know if this is true, but some photographers have alleged that when editing pictures of grooms in certain traditional marriage settings, the grooms are not smiling. The women will be smiling. How dare they not smile? Do you know how much this man has spent? Smiling, shining teeth. After doing makeup of hundreds of thousands of naira, be smiling. Hey, Adam, mommy. The men will just be locking up like this. And those days in Nollywood, some men, after paying so much, will ban the woman's family from coming, because even when he tried to negotiate with them, they were very, very reluctant. And so he said, everything I have paid that day, I have paid once and for all. Don't come to my house. Don't ask me for help. Don't come see my wife. It's obvious you sold your daughter to me. So yeah, back to what that bill was about. Imo women are not getting married due to the high cost of marriage and bride price. That was what he stated at the floor of the House as he presented the bill. Presenting the bill for the second reading, that was sometime in 2021 on March 10th during plenary. eBay said that outrageous marriage bills had caused many ladies to remain single as suitors can't afford to pay. He said a suitor coming to pay for a lady's bride price may find it taxing to settle for the English wedding, which again demands more expenses. So it's quite unfortunate that the practice has caused so many of our marriageable ladies to remain single and men apprehensive of taking the bold step. This is wrong, and we must discourage it at all costs. According to the bill, once a suitor pays and completes the bride price of a woman, a clearance certificate should be issued to the groom by the father of the bride, who will present the certificate to the traditional ruler of the community. This will then be presented to the final issuance of customary marriage certificates at a cost not exceeding 1,000 naira. The bill added that no customary marriage in the state, including the final stage of Ibaku ceremony, shall exceed the sum of 180,000, and then the bride price should not exceed 80,000 naira. Now that was in 2021. Let's go to what Plateau states are trying to establish. The gesture is also to give women the pride of place in their respective homes and ensure that disagreement over non-payment of bride price does not degenerate into violence in the home. This is as a call is made for the curbing of indiscriminate mining, which is said to contribute to the prevalence of alcoholism and sexual and gender-based violence in communities. Ladies and gentlemen, having heard all of these things I have said, you tell me, would cheaper marriages or cheaper marriage rights indeed encourage more legalized marriages? That's question number one. Question number two stems from the place of value. If you're going to spend 1 million naira to marry a lady, and you're going to spend, let's say, 180k to marry another lady, between the one you spent 1 million naira on and the one you spent 180k on, who would you value more? Would the men value the women married cheaply? A friend of mine got married and the list was expensive, and I expected her to intercede on her husband to be's behalf, and she said no, let him pay it. And I'm like, why? She said because he can pay it and because he should value her. After all, she has a master's. Yeah, that was her exact words. So yes, he should pay. She's not going to beg on his behalf. He should pay that money. Does he indeed guarantee value? Yes, in that case, he was able to afford it. But what if he wasn't? 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 0306416. Again, 0809 0306416. On X at Nigeria Info PH, and Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Cool, Max. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The call screener is in standby to take your calls first before passing you on to me in the studio. So when you do call, the first voice you would hear will not be my voice, but of course that of the call screener. Divine from Waji, good afternoon and welcome to the sunny side. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good afternoon, Dennis.
Good afternoon. Talk to me.
Yeah, I am worried by that bill that is being sponsored.
Okay.
Reason because I expect them to sponsor the first bill that actually increase some of these things, which is the cost of living.
Okay.
Because if you marry the wife, will she not eat? will she not make her hair? She will not dress up. Will you not dress up? You will not eat. You also pay for house rent if you don't have a house. So they should talk about cost of living first. Marriage is not a problem. People can always find a way to marry in a very minimal way. It must be a very, very large way, but minimal wedding. So people want to be sure of food security first, shelter, before they can talk about, let me go into marriage. But if you don't have where you stay, will you marry? No girl will stay outside with you. It's not possible. Any girl that knows that you cannot feed her, we don't want to stay with you. My husband can't take care of me. I can't feed. I can't make my hair. It's not possible. So they should sponsor the first bill. Cost of living should be reduced. Thank you.
All right. Cost of living reduced. Charles from Delta State. Charles, where art thou? Where did Charles go to? I'm so sorry, Charles. You may have to call back. Just a few seconds, please. Let's see. Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good afternoon.
I can barely hear you. I'd love for you to speak up, please.
Good afternoon, Didi. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, I can hear you now. Welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I think for me, there is no need for any assembly or senators to talk about marriage bill. Marriage is an individual interest. Marriage is by whom it may concern. The succeeding mother, I believe everybody will use or adapt he or she is or her to handle his or her marriage. By your question, I think value does not constitute marriage. But the parents people will try to sponsor or train their daughters to the highest level, believing that she will marry and have value in her husband's home. So I don't think that there is any concerning value in terms of marriage other than under
recognized or the it should not take a course because this marriage traditional right, one, they are not even Ijaw people marriage right. For instance, if you want to go and take a marriage that paper, now, you know the paper they normally collect.
Yes, I know it.
The marriage list.
Yeah.
They don't, at the heading is not written Ijaw people marriage list. It's not written Bayelsa people marriage list. No. It is the family name or the community name that is written to tell you that the marriage rights you pay can be subjected to scrutiny. Let me be honest to you. Tradition and culture, our marriage right of can go.
In where?
That is who we are. Not until greed and selfishness, ignorance and wickedness was adopted. And let me be honest to you, the reason you see most of this exorbitant marriage list is because this guy that wants to marry does not have a relationship with that family. And that is the problem with many men. You want to marry a girl from Bayelsa State. You only went there once. You have no relationship with the community. You have no relationship with our family members, and you expect them to give you a cheaper marriage list.
Even the people that have relationship, they will say, just confess, just come. Don't worry, we will do you well.
Yes. That is the traditional norms you must pass. All these are ceremonial. The proper relationship with the family.
Zion,
achieve it on this premise.
in this same country, a man will sponsor a child through school. And you expect that for the fact that I have trained this child through school, when I come to marry this child, you guys will not bill me. Guess what? The reverse is the case.
That is the family problem.
Okay, family problem it is. Patrick from Elekaya. Hi, Patrick. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Talk to me.
A very important topic you brought up because it's a societal problem. And when to your question, if the amount you pay for marriage is determines value, I mean that is no. Our mothers were like Mrs. Ann said, our father just came and buying oil, bushmeat, and this. And most of those women, 80 something, how many years? Unlike what we are seeing, most of the celebrities that are breaking up, you know, some went in Dubai after 2 months after. So to me, what determines value is the character of the persons involved. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Our commitment to a cause. But unfortunately, today, a lot of people, a lot of westernization have destroyed many things. We don't even know who we are. We are no longer Africans, we are Europeans. We are now, I call it Afrobians. Because we are a breed of who don't even know our identity anymore. If not, all these things will not even be a topic. Our life will be easier. Most of the ladies crying for husband in the church, they have boyfriends. Some are dating married men. Why not marry? Either a second or third wife and leave the pool of those who are still crying for. But yet, with hypocrisy, it's not men too. They are dating me. So my point, these deals that they are doing, like what Mrs. Zaz, it's a family thing. If I have a daughter and I see a man that is good, she has what it takes to care for himself and care for her daughter. But I'm not telling you, look at Abraham, Isaac, they didn't spend money. Honestly, I just greed. That doesn't mean you will not value him. Don't have the girl has character and makes his heart be at peace. It's not as if he travels, you will not be sure that his wife is at home. Or once the man's peace is there, he will progress. And those money will still come. If you ask most people that are married today that are spent 50 years married, most of them will tell you the secret. It's not all these things we are saying. I'm a modern man, so to speak, but I'm seeing that most of us have made a lot of it. So that bill to me is not necessary.
All right.
Not necessary because it's not like what someone said. After marriage, won't you eat? How much is that right now? How many modern girls want to say, now I started from my father's house. Today you see with father doing well. How many girls today want to put you in your father? They will say your father is the third party, your mother is the third party. So you are forgetting that will cost the man cost. That money you use to pay rent can after the land that should become a landlady. They don't want to reason that because they have been wired and exposed to all sorts of things before they even marry. So they are not comparing you with all sorts of men they are dating. That's the problem. That's the truth. So those character value have dropped because of westernization and all sorts of things we expose ourselves to, and now we are bringing it to marriage become crisis.
All right. Thank you so much, Patrick. Charles from Mercyland. Hi, Charles. Welcome to the sunny side.
Hi, good afternoon, Didi.
Good afternoon, Didi. Charles. Yes.
This high price of I'm a photographer. I'm telling you from on-field experience, men are going through a lot.
Men are going through a lot.
It does not guarantee any good quality of marriage. It does not determine the quality of the woman. But when you overcharge this man that comes to marry your daughter, you are just setting a cold war in the subconscious mind of the groom. Some of the groom even start the cold war immediately they finish paying this bride price. I was in a wedding. I was in a traditional marriage. After the traditional marriage, the groom was busy packing the remaining drinks. Putting in his car, so he will not give to the in-laws. That they are taking whatever they want to, they will ever take from him, and it's the end. So
this is true story.
What I'm telling you is a hello.
This thing you just said now is true story.
Maybe you know me, I'm a photographer now. I'm telling you what I've seen in the street. So people say they even fight. The groom and the people will walk away. Then we go and beg and come back. And after that, you will see them making expression that it is just over after this marriage. You people don't come to my house. So I don't see any reason. I don't see any sense in family overbilling the person that is coming to marry their daughter. One, the person that is coming to marry your daughter will take care of your daughter after his marriage, after the paying of the bride price. Do you know of 3 times I was covering a traditional marriage? The parents of the bride, we are telling the group to pay the things on the current prices of things in the market. This happened just 2 weeks ago.
So you collected the list when Gary was 50 naira. Now Gary is 200.
They are demanding on the current price.
Okay.
You can imagine. And the guy was so bitter. The guy confided in me that these people have dealt with him. This person I'm telling you is about to do the white wedding by month end.
Oh no.
So it is very senseless because it caused a kind of cold war. That does not even determine if the man will value the woman, if he pays much or if he doesn't pay much. I've seen less wedding that they spent millions on. The wedding did not even last after a year. Everything collapsed. And I've seen the one that they paid less, and the both partners are living happily, extending family laws, and going further ahead with life. So we should look into it. Some of the callers are saying it's a family issue. If it is a family issue, they should look into it because they are just doing themselves more harm than good. Because sometimes when you say in this place that they pay this bride price, you will see one uncle that does not even wish the girl well, that does not even wish the girl parents to just shouting, hey, you will give the guest father one good.
Thank you.
For the benefit of
Thank you, Charles. Charles is paying, obviously. I told you photographers see a lot. Would cheaper marriage rights indeed encourage more legalized marriages? And would the men value the women married cheaply? Chinasa from Ahoda. So sorry, Chinasa, you may have to call back. I have some messages on Facebook though. This one is from Udoka. Okay, and it's from Woji. Even if bride price is cheaper than Gari in the market, even if bride price is 50 kobo, it won't encourage nothing. Look, marriage is no longer attractive to this generation. Many people have discovered it to be a scam. For now, parents should continue cashing out for selling their female daughters to people in the name of bride price. Marriage is no longer attractive to people of this generation? Really? Any member of assembly or any senator who is passing any law about marriage is on his own. No. What we need is to reduce the price of commodities in our market, not marriage subsidy. Stephen, send that in. Didi, it all depends on the family. I have married my 2 daughters out, and we did not follow all the traditional rites. We did it our own way, as it will suit both families, and everyone was happy. My in-law, are you angry? Yes, now. Are you asking me if I'm angry? Look at the list you are giving to me. My in-law be coming down. Oh yeah, come. Sit down now. This thing is never reached to the shout. And the thing is that, we want to make the least expensive, but not that expensive, so that we know that you have married somebody, no, now. No, this is our daughter. She went to school, This is our daughter is a graduate. This is our daughter have less class like this. I say her, look, you know what you want to marry now. Sit down, don't be angry. Okay, so see what we'll do for you, and let's just remove 100 Hassan. Good afternoon. He says the difference between marriage rights and bride price, they are entirely 2 different things. The marriage rights is the items on the list given to the groom, which includes the items to be brought for the bride's family, which the bride parents can choose to forfeit. While bride price is usually a little amount of money given to the bride's family, in the olden days, is as little as 5-10 kobo. But now it is the smallest amount of the denomination of currency presented to the bride's father. He takes the smallest denomination of the money and returns the rest to the groom's family, uncle or brother, whichever the case may be. Again, whatever is written in the marriage list is always negotiable. Not always, oh. I'm speaking from experience, oh. In any case, where you hear it is not negotiable, then know you are about to be exploited, and in most cases with the collaboration of the bride's father. The right marriage procedure is for the groom to bring anything he can afford, though substantial to a sensible extent. Any other thing outside of this is misplaced and dubious. Again, if a man who wants to marry is overbuilt in a particular kindred, oftentimes just know he has a greedy or bad father-in-law. Civilization has brought greed into the marriage procedures and made a mess of rights process, which is easy and affordable. Again, judging from what you read about Kennedy eBay sponsoring a bill in Imo State, it is important to know that it is not all villages in Imo State that has inflated marriage right list. There are still a lot of considerate villages in Imo State. I come from one, Ugonna from Owerri. Anonymous, welcome to the conversation. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Denise.
Good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
I just wanted to share something very brief with you.
All right, go ahead.
When we were preparing for my marriage, I just got a job newly, an average earner, and I discussed with my wife to be. We had an agreement. You know, we have different groups. We have the shopping group that will do the shopping for you, who will cook for you, buy souvenirs and other things. But we have an agreement. We went ourselves to do everything. If we buy the food that they say you will not cook for us, we'll call our family members to cook for us. And we did. And we finished everything. On the traditional marriage day, I could see my father-in-law of blessed memory pleading on my behalf with his family members. He's just a young man who just wants to settle down. Please, whatever, let's cut now. They were arguing. He was negotiating on my behalf while my family members were there. After much, you will not believe what I'm telling you. I know I could afford it. And we paid everything. This man, may God bless his soul wherever he is, refunded back my bride price back for me and took only 20 naira from me.
Wow.
You should not believe it. This is the love I extend to that family till tomorrow. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I understand.
I give, if you touch my mother-in-law, oh God, you have touched the tail of the tiger. I will fight you to the end. Why? Because of what God did for me while he was alive. People should learn, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you too. So you see, he values them. They made it easy for him. They gave him soft landing. Good afternoon. The amount paid as bride price can never be equated to the value of the bride in the marriage. A lady in my community got married some years back, and the groom paid everything without negotiation. But do you know that the marriage only lasted for a year, and today they are no more together? Mary from Other George. Anonymous says, there's no hard and fast truth. Peter Doce talks openly in the media of a great relationship he had with May's dad. Yes, you'll do am. I don't believe in heavy bridal list, and I come from a state where when it comes to trial, the list is true representation of the powers of your father's house that don't want you to marry. So my husband refused to allow me see the list. He says my head sparks, so he knows the way I would rake for them might end in us not getting married, which is the opposite of the intended result. From what I understand, especially as African China explained it on air, the people giving the list expect you to negotiate what is on the bridal list. This one says, to the last caller, your father-in-law didn't help you. He did the right thing. That is the process. He didn't help you. He did the right thing. But there are father-in-laws that are not willing to move. They don't shake leg. They don't shake hand. Don't worry, just pay now. My son. My son, just pay. I don't want to believe that marriage is not appealing to this generation, or is not attractive to this generation, as someone has said. I still want to believe that there are people who do not consider marriage a scam. And beyond the bridal list is the union of two people, or the joining of two people and making them one flesh. The truth of the matter is, nobody should be put up for sale. Nobody should be made to pay through their nose because they want to embark on a journey to forever. Consideration is key. And to be honest, I'm sure as a father, you wouldn't like it if you have 6 daughters and it's because of bridal list, nobody is coming for them. They go there your ass. They go old. At the end of the day, there's something that happens to fresh tomatoes. That's that one that used to be soft. They used to call it awarawa. Please let your daughters not remain in your house and turn to awarawa. And you now say, bring anything, come collect. My name is Denise Dennis. Thank you so much for being a part of the sunny side today. I have to go now. Constance Megger is here, and she's going to take you on the journey to
Nigeria info. You talk, we listen. It's 1 o'clock.
This is Trending Stories on 92.3 Nigeria.